new year has begun. Many people have reading goals, and they may resolve to read more in the new year, or may just want to read different kinds of books than they have in the past. And here at the Saegertown Library, we'd like to help. We want to share with you some of our favorites and show you some of our new books as well. I'm standing here in the juvenile and young adult section, so we'll start there. One of my favorite juvenile books is by Kate DiCamillo, and I just want to read a little bit of the summary. Rob finds a real-life, very large tiger. He meets an extraordinary girl, Sistine Bailey, and between the two of them, they learn to trust and become friends, and prove that some things, like memories and heartaches and tigers, can't be locked up forever. So I really enjoyed this book, and I know that you will too. My other favorite book is a classic, really. It's called The 21 Balloons, and it's won a Newbery Award in 1947. It's an older book, but it is such an adventure and a page-turning story that is imaginative, and I think you would love this one too. And lastly, I want to show you one of our new books. This is a young adult book called The Friday Society by Adrienne Crowe, and it highlights 3 very intelligent and talented young girls in the society that work for powerful men, and then they find someone that has been murdered. And it's a steampunk whodunit, and it's going to be a really interesting book too to read. I haven't read the whole thing yet, so I'm looking forward to reading that. So let's see what our other librarians have found.
Since we're talking about young adult books, I would like to show a new book that I recently read called The Running Dream. I wanted to remind you that young adult books aren't just for teens. I read this and very inspirational. I would recommend it to anyone. I personally mostly read for fun, and this is a new romance purchased called Crazy Little Thing, and as you can see from the cover, on the beach, and this time of year in Pennsylvania, that's where I would like to be, and it was a very, very good story, and I would highly recommend that also. I'm trying to incorporate some more nonfiction in my reading this year, and a very easy way to do that at this point, because I have some home improvement ideas that I would like to do this year. I checked out 52 Weekend. I got a lot of creative ideas in that book. So I'm hoping for a new kitchen this year. I'm not sure if that will materialize, but I got some great ideas from this book called Sunsets for Great Kitchens. It was very, and always, and especially this time of year, I'm hoping that to incorporate more healthy eating. And this book called Weekend by William Simona, simple healthy meals for every night of the week. And I got some great recipes from that book that I plan to try out. And I'd also like to do some gardening this year, and this book had beautiful photographs called The Layered Garden. So if you're interested in gardening, you will love this book. This month at the library, we are featuring cozy mysteries, and if you don't know what those are, maybe the titles will give you a clue. This is entitled Death by the Dozen by Jen McKinley. It's a cupcake mystery. And this book called Knockdown by Sarah Graves. Home Repair is Homicide Mystery, and they're just reading, and I think you would probably enjoy those, so please come. We have a very big collection of these kinds of books.
Thank you, Judy. And like Judy, I'm also trying to read some more nonfiction books, but I've been focusing more on historical books, or learning about things that have happened in the past. One in particular that I chose, that my goal is to read this year. And I thought, as a woman, I like to read about strong women of the past, brought our country along, what they've done for us, and people I can look up to. I also am very curious. I have not yet read the new book, Meander History by Samuel S. Harris, and it is put out by the Saegertown Heritage Society. The history of Saegertown. So, since I live here now and I'm working here, I would love to learn more about the history of this wonderful place, and it has lots of good facts and some very interesting. It's like lots of fun. It has tobogganing and a party at New Year's Eve, all kinds of fun things like that. And I know this book talks about the history of the railroad and about Saegertown itself. Along with this type of history, I'm also planning to read more classics. And of course, one of the best known classics. So this one, besides feeling proud of myself that I can, if I actually make it through it this year, which I will, I have the goal, about the history of Russia along with it and some of their different ideas. And can't forget, this is a juvenile book, and I consider it's already been out a few years. And it's by Brian Selznick, and besides being a young reader from this library recommended as well, it has some shorter pages and lots of very interesting black and white drawings. So the artwork as well as the literary value, I'm just looking forward to getting into. One of the other interesting things about this book is it was recently made into a movie, and I am fairly certain it was up for some Academy Awards. So, excellent book made into an excellent movie. Thank you for bearing with us through our movie. I hope you've enjoyed it and that we've drawn some interest and that you'll come and check out lots of new books in the library. Thank you.